Guys, a literal disaster just happened. This behind me is Donato the van, which I bought quite some time ago. Was that rhyme really necessary? No, but I like putting it in there. As you can see, it doesn't have any graphics, and the way you see it now, it looks like everything is fine. Too bad that until about a month and a half ago, it wasn't like this at all. In fact, about a month and a half ago, I decided to bring you a new upgrade project here on the channel for the Ducato van that I bought about 4 years ago. For the veterans of the channel, who will surely remember the original condition and color of this van, shortly after buying it, I decided to restore it, fixing both the dents and damage to the bodywork, and also changing the color from the classic white of every Fiat Ducato you see around to this beautiful Ford metallic grey. And that's exactly where the problem started, not even a week after finishing. Painting and so-called drying of the vehicle. With Giulio, we decided to start applying a custom graphic that, in the end, if you will, kind of distinguishes all the vehicles on my channel, including the van. Obviously, even though the wrap films are professional and applied by a professional, they don't last forever, and after 3 years, I decided to restore the original van to bring new content to the channel, starting with a graphic restyling followed by new upgrades with top-of-the-line accessories. First, I removed the wraps by visiting the team at MEAM Pellicol, whom I'll introduce soon. Together, we made an unpleasant discovery. In fact, while removing the wraps the right way, heating them up and peeling them off slowly, we were also taking off the paint that was done 3 years ago. And here, Giulio, you confirmed to me that this shouldn't happen. I mean, once I do the wrap and remove the wraps after 3 years. Maybe because I want to change the graphics, like in this case, the paint should stay in place.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's not what happened. Luckily, though, after I got in touch with the body shop, they kind of took partial responsibility for the damage. And on this, guys, I want to give him credit. Because after 3 years, try to find a body shop that takes the blame and responsibility and restores your van. Because in the end, that's what happened. I brought the van back to him. We scheduled an appointment, and after about 5 days, even though he didn't redo the whole van from scratch, he managed to fix what I just showed you in the video. The damage was pretty extensive across the whole van. There wasn't a single panel that was untouched. But I have to say that the guys at Milauto, I'll even mention their name, managed to restore and repair the damage, bringing the van back to its original condition. Ready for the new wrap graphics, even though the work was done only partially and not on the entire surface of the van. You might ask, Nicolo, if they repainted and fixed it for you, why are you at Giulio's, and why does Giulio have an orbital sander? The answer is simple. The work was done for free. They weren't happy about redoing the van after just 3 years. And so let's say they did the job a bit carelessly. Especially in the post-painting phase, meaning the polishing part.
Let's remove all the little specks.
So, with Giulio today, basically we're going to refine the work that was done by the guys at Milauto, whom I want to thank for their professionalism. What we are removing are simply small dust particles, little specks, let's call them that, which obviously can't be present when wrapping, because they would be much more visible than they are now. They blend in with the even paint on the surface, but once the film is applied on top, as we know, everything stands out. You might ask, second question, why not have Giulio do the graphics again? Did Giulio treat you badly? Did you have a fight? Didn't you like the first graphic? Is it his fault that the paint came off? No.
Oh God, hopefully not.
No. The answer is obviously no. I'm here with Giulio, who, as you can see, is supporting me, even though he doesn't get anything out of it, because you don't get anything out of it. So simply, guys, Giulio's choice since 2025, so the beginning of this year, has been to stop working with four-wheeled vehicles. Cars or vans, whatever the case may be. There are obviously some small, very small exceptions, maybe for smaller bodywork jobs, like the mirror covers and so on. But let's say that the big job we did 3 years ago, Giulio didn't want to do it again.
I reorganized the workshop for motorcycles only, so big vehicles can't fit.
We've expanded with an extra lift and new shelving, creating a more professional environment to better welcome customers visiting the showroom. That said, today we have certain things to do, and part of the work is what you're already doing. Giulio is checking by eye everything that's not perfect on the surface. There are still some spots with full orange peel. So, I think they will need to do a good sanding or at least a good polish with compound to make it nice and smooth again. In the meantime, I'm taking off the plastic trims, the long plastic side moldings from the van, which have really become crap by now. And even though I've tried using all kinds of products on them, they just don't come out right, even though I've also tried heating them up. Because usually with raw ABS plastics that lose a bit of color, to make them look livelier and bring them back to their original state, you use a torch on them, but that didn't work. It didn't have any effect. So, since Giulio recently discovered a material for plastic, for ABS like this, we're doing some tests. The first bumper came out really well, so I'm going ahead and taking apart all the others. This way, it'll make things even easier for the guys at M Films who will have the surface ready to be wrapped. And by the way, Giulio, I have to say, the new graphics are bold and clear. It's been a few days since the last clips you saw. We finished the touch-ups with Giulio and we've moved the big Ducati here to M Films. Let's go inside. I'll introduce you to Mariana and Victoria, and let's go see what they're up to with the van. Here we are, let's go to the artist, then we'll also meet Victoria, who's the graphic designer. Mariana, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going? How are you?
Good.
How hard is this job on a scale from 1 to 10?
Very complicated.
The van has been here for a few days already, and everything is being prepared. But today we have the application. That's why I came to bother you and to record all the work.
Thank you.
Thank you especially. Can you tell us something specific about what you generally do and then maybe the difficulty of the work we're about to tackle today?
In general, we do car wrapping, so we change the color of the car with vinyl, and this challenge was to create a complex graphic but using wrapping material. Why? To ensure a much longer lasting result, to have more beautiful colors, and because we like the final result better.
All right, let's get started. I'm gonna have a chat with Victoria and maybe I'll also show you a little something about the graphics. Good morning, Vic. How's it going?
Good morning.
How are we? What are you up to?
Right now, we're peeling your stickers.
Okay, because there are a few for this graphic here that we made. No, a lot. Because for every color that the graphic will include, there will be a different layer. And so the word. Actually, Frezia Verde has a black base, then there's the white of the writing, and then there are the green details. Back here you can already see a spoiler of the work that has started. They've already started to attach, in fact, a little something. I would say since there's a lot of work and the only one who's not doing anything is me, let's go start this application so we can finally see the van all wrapped up. So, what do you think? The result is spectacular to me. Anyway, this is the beginning of a series that I'll be bringing here to the channel. In the month of December, we might even go into January, I don't know, we'll see, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We started with the graphics, given the damage, the disaster that happened when we removed the old wrap graphics. We restored it, we made new graphics. And now we can move to the workshop, where we're really going to make a difference by adding some top-notch upgrades to the van, which will not only transform how it's used, but will also give the vehicle some extra features. Personally, I really love the graphics. The work was really top-notch this morning before they handed the van over to me. Just think, Mariana and I went over all the lines again to make sure they were all at the same height. We did some fine-tuning, and I want to thank Mariana too. Thank you to Victoria as well, who tolerated me for about 2 months while creating the graphics. Well, I'm super happy. It's one of the parts I like the most. Obviously, besides the side panel, which still looks very racing, minimal, but still cool. Keeping the colors I like the most, so metallic gray, green, which is a satin green, a special kind of green, and glossy black. However, one of the parts I was telling you I like the most is the rear section. It really transformed the vehicle, making it look much more modern. And in addition, it manages to communicate to people who see the van on the street what I do and how to contact me. That is through Instagram, by email, or with a QR code, which takes you directly to the website. That said, guys, that's all from Freccia Verdi. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. Maybe if you come up with any upgrades or things we could do to Donatone, let me know. I'll see you in the next video. If you like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, click the red tactical like button, and we're good to go. All that's left is for me to say goodbye. Stay safe and keep the throttle open. Bye, guys.